Well, hey there, it's that coding guy here, breaking it down and making it accessible. Last couple of videos, we've been talking about soft skills that are going to allow us as junior developers to excel and meet expectations of those folks around us. And in this video on timeboxing, we're going to continue in that soft skill vein. Timeboxing is a way to help us make sure that we're using our time effectively, because most of the time on team projects, the team will have a commitment and we will have to deliver a certain set of features within that time frame. So we've only got a limited amount of time to get the work that we need done. So using our time effectively is going to be a big part of being able to deliver on those deadlines, no matter what type of feature or what type of work we're doing. So the idea with timeboxing is that when we come up against a problem, we're going to be cognizant of the time that we're spending attacking that particular problem. And as trainees, I generally prescribe to set the time box of either half an hour or an hour or so. And set an alarm on your phone, set an alarm on your computer or something that will pull you out of the work that you're doing, because sometimes we get in there and we're working on a problem really hard. We can lose track of time, and hours could go by if we don't really set something to make us think about it. It's kind of insidious how that happens sometimes. So with timeboxing, we come up against that time box. Maybe it's a half an hour, and then we say, I really haven't made a lot of progress here. That's the time when you probably want to reach out for help. And maybe you have made incremental progress. Maybe you're working through those exceptions or whatever, and you're like, oh, well, this is a different exception now. Things are changing. I think I'm making progress. But still, if that's the case, cool. Reset your time box for another half hour and check in again at that time. You'll have that alarm to bring you out of your zoned in space and take a look at things. And what you'll want to do then is take stock of the actual progress that you've made. Have I really made significant progress in attacking this problem? What about, and because we often break big problems down into small problems, we're probably actually trying to solve several small problems in order to tackle our big one. So where am I in relation to actually solving this feature thing that I'm working on? Am I really making progress in the grand scheme of things against that entire feature? And being cognizant of that and thinking about those things is critical. Now, folks with a little bit more experience under their belts may be able to have a larger time box. Maybe they'll go to 2 hours or half a day because they have a little bit more experience in researching solutions on Stack Overflow, looking through the documentation for whatever they're working on, and they have a little bit more experience to see, is this thing that I'm looking at actually a potential solution? Is this going to help me? Whereas someone who is more junior and may not have all of that experience to fall back on may not realize right away that the thing that they're looking at is not going to really help them. So it is going to ebb and flow depending on how much experience you have. But if you're brand new, time box to an hour, something like that, half an hour, and go from there. The main thing is that you're being cognizant overall about the time that you're spending. So if you do come up against that time box and you're like, you know what, I am not actually making significant progress here. I'm spinning my wheels in this area. That's the time you want to reach out for help and use those tips that we talked about in the other video about how to ask for help, and draft up that message, include all those great details for whoever you're going to ask for help, so they can help you and spend their time effectively, and you'll get what you need. So whether you're working in code or wherever, this can be a help to you. No matter what type of problem that you're trying to solve, this isn't necessarily just a code thing. but I think it's a critical skill for us to have, especially as junior developers, and I hope it helps you. Cheers.